So for this exercise, you need a piece of paper and a pencil and anything that's lying around that you can make a still life out of. So I've got some fruit in a jug, but any objects you've got that aren't going to walk away, like the cat on this occasion. And I'm trying to keep things that you need really simple, just so that everyone's got them at home. A piece of paper, it can just be a piece of printer paper, and any pencil you've got. And this exercise is about drawing with the wrong hand. So if you're left-handed, you draw with your right hand, and if you're right-handed, you draw with your left hand. And the whole idea of it is it stops you being too tight and worried about what you're drawing, because let's face it, nobody can draw very well with the wrong hand, apart from perhaps Leonardo da Vinci. So if you're not Leonardo da Vinci, and I do believe he's dead, then you use the opposite hand from the one you normally write with. And just try to look at what's in front of you and use that hand to draw. And as you'll see, it's actually very difficult, but it's also rather silly. And that's okay, because what it's doing is basically stopping you from over-analysing what you're doing and thinking, oh, I can't draw, I'm no good at drawing, or I don't know how to draw properly, or those other silly things that perhaps someone will have told you along the way, or you will have picked up the message of since you were a small child. But you just do as best you can. And what happens is that in trying to really concentrate, which it takes more concentration, and look at what you're drawing. So if you look at me, you'll probably see that I'm looking at the jog that I'm trying to draw far more than I'm looking at the paper, because that's what my mother taught me to do. And she was a fantastic artist. And she always taught me to try and look at the thing I'm drawing about 60 to 70% of the time, and that at the drawing that I'm doing the rest of the time. And just do your best, because it really doesn't matter. As you can see, it doesn't matter. But what it will do is switch your mind off in these rather troubling times, and perhaps make you kind of live in the moment and just become a little bit centred on the activity, and therefore mindful of what you're doing, rather than all the other awful and confusing things that are going on in the world. So this is just what I've done really quickly, and you can spend a lot longer on it. And if you want to, if you've got any coloured pencils or any paints, you can add colour to it and start thinking about where the light's coming from and where it's shading. But at the moment, as you can see, it's just, you know, a left-handed drawing. It's not brilliant. That's not the point. The point is to throw yourself into it and to not be self-conscious of what you're doing, and to try to get rid of that little critic on your shoulder saying, I can't draw, or it doesn't look like the jug. Drawing isn't about making something look like a photograph. That is a misconception. It's about losing ourselves in it, about looking, about being really creative, and it opens up the way we feel creatively and starts us thinking creatively. And that's what I want us to do at this time. I want us to catch creativity and not the coronavirus. So I'd love to see any drawings that anybody does. So if you want to share them with me on my Facebook page, which is at stonewarebirds, or like this and share this and all the other things, comments and stuff. I'd really love to see everyone else's left-hand drawings, and don't be self-conscious about it, because that's the whole point.
And it's filled with clouds have swept themselves up into the air and danced like eagles on the street, spiraling down where he filmed and she drew.